In the serene town of Willow Creek, nestled amidst rolling hills and quiet streams, Dr. Edgar Winters was a beacon of respectability. His affable demeanor and exceptional medical expertise endeared him to the community. Patients from neighboring towns sought his specialized care, unaware of the enigmatic darkness veiled beneath his charming facade. Dr. Winters, with his captivating smile and meticulous professionalism, was hailed as a paragon of medical excellence. His clinic, a stately building nestled amid lush greenery, welcomed patients seeking relief from ailments or reassurance in routine checkups. Yet the esteemed doctor held within him a chilling obsession, a haunting fixation on achieving an elusive, flawless form of perfection. Behind closed doors, the nights in Dr. Winters' clinic bore witness to macabre rituals. His operating theater, the hallowed space where he mended broken bones and healed wounded souls by day, underwent a sinister transformation after dusk. The eerie glow of surgical lamps cast ominous shadows as he delved into his relentless pursuit of an unattainable ideal. It all commenced imperceptibly, with whispers carried on the wind about inexplicable vanishing acts. Patients who graced Dr. Winters' clinic for routine examinations seemed to evaporate into thin air, leaving behind only puzzling voids. A disconcerting hush settled over Willow Creek, murmurs weaving through the townsfolk like a haunting melody of foreboding. Sarah, a spirited young journalist, couldn't ignore the ominous undertones echoing through the town. Her inquisitive mind, fueled by curiosity and an unwavering pursuit of truth, couldn't dismiss the odd string of disappearances. As a wave of unease swept over Willow Creek, Sarah's journalistic instincts kicked into overdrive. The puzzle pieces fell into place when Sarah noticed a pattern among the missing persons. Each had recently visited Dr. Winters' clinic. Determined to unravel the cryptic enigma, she plunged into the depths of the doctor's history, unearthing unsettling accounts of his tenure in medical school. Whispers of clandestine experiments and shadowy deaths shrouded his educational years like a sinister veil. Sarah's investigation led her down an obscure path, a clandestine sector of the clinic, a forgotten enclave locked away from prying eyes. As she ventured through the corridors suffused with an eerie stillness, a clandestine chamber revealed itself. A clandestine sanctuary adorned with gleaming surgical tools, a chilling tableau frozen in time. A chilling sight met her gaze. Tables strewn with photographs, each an epitaph to a different patient, meticulously marked with cryptic notations and hauntingly detailed diagrams. Her heart pounded with a mixture of dread and adrenaline as she pieced together the jigsaw puzzle before her. Dr. Winters wasn't just a healer. He was a meticulous architect of death, meticulously dissecting his subjects in a morbid quest for an unattainable notion of perfection. The echo of footfalls reverberated through the hollow halls, jolting Sarah from her horrified stupor. Dr. Winters, the once beloved figure of Willow Creek, materialized before her, his smile now twisted into a malevolent grimace. "Curiosity killed the cat, my dear Sarah," he taunted, the scalpel in his hand glinting ominously in the dim light, betraying its recent use. Paralyzed with fear, Sarah's instincts urged her to flee. She raced through the labyrinthine corridors, the doctor's maniacal laughter trailing behind her like a haunting melody. Panic surged through her veins as she lunged for the exit, only to find the door bolted shut. A cruel barrier, sealing her fate within the macabre confines of the clinic. Trapped, her pulse racing in terror, she turned to face the advancing figure, her eyes wide with fear and desperation. But just as Dr. Winters lunged forward, a cacophony of sirens pierced the silence. The abrupt arrival of a squad of police officers, alerted by Sarah's earlier discoveries, shattered the night's eerie calm. Chaos erupted, a flurry of motion and shouts filling the air. In the pandemonium, Sarah narrowly escaped the doctor's clutches. Dr. Winters, the once revered healer turned malevolent executioner, was subdued and led away in a chilling display of justice's swift hand. The chilling truth of his monstrous deeds was laid bare for the horrified town to behold. The respected doctor, whose facade of charm and respectability had masked a grotesque malevolence, was sentenced to life imprisonment. However, the haunting specter of his sinister legacy lingered, a dark stain etched in the collective memory of Willow Creek, a grim reminder of the darkness that could lurk beneath even the most revered veneer. As the clock struck midnight at St. Agnes Hospital, an unsettling aura enshrouded the building, transforming the once familiar halls into a chilling labyrinth of shadows. Emily, a young nurse working the night shift, embarked on her routine rounds, the quiet hum of the empty corridors amplifying the eerie ambience. As she navigated the labyrinthine passageways, Emily couldn't ignore the peculiar sensation that lingered within the hospital's walls. Whispers of inexplicable occurrences had haunted the staff for years, tales of spectral sightings and unexplained phenomena, dismissed as mere rumors by most. On this particular night, Emily's rounds took her to the hospital's third floor, an area that stood isolated, perpetually cloaked in an unsettling darkness that contrasted starkly with the rest of the well-lit hospital. Ignoring the chills that ran down her spine, she ventured toward this enigmatic part of the building. Approaching the foreboding section, the air grew dense and heavy, an oppressive atmosphere that seemed to resist her every step. Her instincts urged her to retreat, but an unrelenting curiosity propelled her forward, deeper into the heart of the mystery. The corridor stretched endlessly, doors lining both sides, each veiled in an ominous silence. Oddly, the third-floor rooms appeared padlocked, shrouded in a profound secrecy that heightened Emily's sense of foreboding. Amidst the chilling silence, a door creaked open, emitting a faint, haunting glow from within. A melody, haunting and discordant, echoed from the cracked doorway, a tune that seemed to seep into Emily's very bones, invoking a sense of primal fear. Despite her rising trepidation, Emily couldn't resist the lure of the mysterious room. Pushing the door ajar, she found herself enveloped in an otherworldly sight, a forgotten ward trapped in a ghastly time capsule. The room flickered with a sickly green light, casting elongated shadows that danced malevolently across the walls. Hospital beds, rusted and dilapidated, were occupied by spectral figures, draped in tattered hospital gowns, their faces obscured by an impenetrable darkness. A putrid odor permeated the air, mingling with ghostly echoes of anguish and torment that seemed to emanate from every corner. Frozen in a state of spectral suspension, the patients appeared trapped between life and death, their existence a grotesque mockery of the natural order. A chilling whisper pierced the stifling silence. "Why have you come, Emily?" A ghastly apparition materialized, a ghostly visage etched in anguish, its voice an anguished symphony of despair. "We were forgotten, abandoned in this limbo," it lamented, its form wavering in spectral agony. Emily's heart raced in terror, but an unseen force seemed to root her in place, her every instinct urging her to flee. As she struggled against the invisible bonds, the hospital's lights flickered violently, casting disjointed shadows that converged ominously around her. The air thickened with an unspoken malevolence, and a cacophony of agonized wails crescendoed, reverberating through the hollow corridors. Panic seized Emily, urging her to escape the suffocating grip of the spectral ward. Summoning every ounce of courage, she broke free from the unseen hold, sprinting through the maze-like corridors. The hospital, once a sanctuary of healing, had transformed into a nightmarish labyrinth of terror. The ghostly echoes of the tormented souls pursued her, their anguished cries echoing through the abandoned corridors. Despite the terror that consumed her, Emily forced herself to press on, her every step echoing the pounding of her heart. Finally reaching the lobby, Emily looked back, expecting to see the haunting ward lingering in the shadows. Yet to her disbelief, the spectral chamber had vanished, leaving behind a deafening silence that engulfed the hospital once more. Days turned into weeks, yet the chilling encounter haunted Emily's every waking moment. The hospital staff dismissed her account as exhaustion-induced delusions, but the memory of that night lingered, a haunting reminder that some horrors refuse to remain confined within the boundaries of the living world. In the heart of Ravenwood, shrouded by a perpetual mist that cloaked the sprawling estate, lay the foreboding Ravenwood Manor. It stood as a testament to the ages, a relic of bygone opulence, its once grand facade now weathered and adorned with the scars of time. Legends whispered of the curse that befell the manor, tracing its origins to Lady Evelyn Ravenwood, an enigmatic figure of beauty and tragedy. As the last scion of the Ravenwood lineage, Lady Evelyn was said to have been ensnared by the allure of eternal youth. Desperate to preserve her fading splendor, she made a pact with dark forces that lingered within the ancient woods. Centuries had passed, yet Ravenwood remained untouched by the passage of time, an enigmatic entity in its own right. It was here that Cassie, a young historian with an insatiable hunger for unraveling mysteries, found herself inexplicably drawn to the manor's haunting history. Driven by a relentless curiosity and armed with dusty tomes and cryptic manuscripts, Cassie ventured into the labyrinthine halls of Ravenwood. She sought to unearth the truth buried beneath layers of myth and folklore. Her exploration led her to a forgotten chamber concealed behind a tapestry that bore the Ravenwood family crest, a sanctuary untouched by the ravages of time. Within its confines lay Lady Evelyn's journal, a tome said to hold the key to the manor's cursed legacy. As Cassie pored over the faded ink and weathered pages, she pieced together Lady Evelyn's descent into darkness. The journal chronicled a forbidden pact made to retain her youth, a bargain with malevolent forces that bound the Ravenwood bloodline to the shadows. Determined to break the curse that plagued Ravenwood, Cassie sought out relics scattered across the estate. Each artifact held a fragment of Lady Evelyn's tragic past, each step bringing her closer to understanding the curse's intricate web. Accompanied by a select few, fellow truth-seekers who shared her quest, Cassie uncovered clues hidden within the manor's crypts and overgrown gardens. Shadows flitted at the periphery, spectral whispers echoed through the corridors, and Lady Evelyn's specter appeared, veiled in sorrow and mourning. The spirits, guardians bound by the ancient vow, grew restless as Cassie unearthed the relics. With each discovery, the malevolent forces gained strength, their presence palpable, threatening to ensnare the living in the curse's eternal embrace. But Cassie pressed on, driven by a sense of duty and a thirst for liberation. Guided by the journal's cryptic passages, she deciphered the final steps of the ritual, a ritual that promised to sever the Ravenwood curse once and for all. As the moon cast its silvery glow upon the manor, Cassie and her companions assembled the relics in the heart of Ravenwood's forgotten chapel. The air crackled with arcane energy, the echoes of the past intertwining with the present. Lady Evelyn's ghostly form materialized, her spectral gaze a blend of despair and hope. In that pivotal moment, Cassie completed the ritual, a surge of ethereal energy radiating through the manor's halls. The curse shattered, the darkness dissipated, and a celestial brilliance pierced the dense mist. Ravenwood stood bathed in the first light it had seen in centuries, the estate now unshackled from the specter of the past. As Cassie and her companions bid farewell to Ravenwood, they carried with them the weight of a legacy unburdened, leaving behind a once haunted estate now bathed in a serene luminescence, a testament to the enduring legacy and the final echoes of Ravenwood.